For all tourists who come to Phnom Penh, a visit to S21, the notorious interrogation center, and then the killing fields is an essential but profoundly disturbing experience. When the Khmer Rouge gained control of Cambodia, they unleashed one of the most cruel and savage restructurings of society ever. The rise of Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge is complex. In the 1970s, American paranoia about the advance of communism had seen them carpet-bombing rural Cambodia, claiming many peasant lives. A young army of the countryside had been formed, an army motivated to hate America and the perceived sympathizers in the capital.
Within days, the entire population of this city and other larger cities were herded into paddy fields to work and live like slaves laboring. Even children were marched out of schools to work in paddy fields.
And as I ask questions, it becomes very clear every adult Cambodian has an unhappy story to tell. Man Hao Liev, now a senior lecturer at Auckland University, was in Phnom Penh at the time.
Received the Khmer Rouge and tried to wave at them or sort of thing, and some of them just raised the white flag and thought peace was there. And out of the blue, one of the soldiers just pulled out one young boy from the crowd, maybe about 17 or 16. And they say, well, this is not a good model, and you have long hair, and if anyone who have long hair, you will see this example. So what happened is get shot on the spot. And from that point on, everyone has short hair.
The Khmer Rouge goal was a revolution where Cambodia would be transformed into a pure peasant-dominated cooperative. But it became one where 1.7 million lives were ended by starvation in the rice paddies or by torture in the towns.
When the war broke, everything flattened. We have no economy, nothing, no school, no hospital, not even freedom to sing the song. We can't sing the song during the Khmer Rouge regime. So we sing the revolution song. And you can't even dream of nice food, or you can't even talk about your past life. And you can't even go to see your family, or you can't even go to see your wife without permission.
Man Hao was young enough to be spared the worst. If you were one of the educated, you were likely to end up here in the notorious interrogation center S21. Today, this former school has been turned into the award-winning Tuol Sleng Museum. Walking in the gate, I already feel vulnerable. My objectivity is instantly clouded by sentiment. And why not? There's nothing reasonable about what happened here. Thousands of people over nearly 4 years were tortured and then killed for crimes they did not commit. The prisoners were accused of having sympathies with either the CIA or the KGB. My guide media student Mao Ponlu has told the story of this place many times.
The ones who were accused of being relevant with CIA and KGB, they were interrogated all the time in order to search for the network of CIA or KGB. And during the interrogation, they were tortured. The way of torturing is the lady was observed if they have the nice fingers, so the fingernail was taken out and then they pour alcohol on the fingernail on the fingers of the lady. And then sometimes they force the lady to put the hand into the boxes full with the centipede and the scorpion, in order to torture the lady. And sometimes they observe the lady who has a nice breath or something, they took off the shirts and then they cut the nipple and pour alcohol on the nipple of the lady.
Their crimes were simply that they were the wife or daughter of a high-ranking official. It's not easy walking through these corridors, walls bearing photographs of hundreds of innocent faces. The high-ranking prisoners were given individual cells and shackled to a bed. In other blocks, tiny medieval cells were built. In the corner of some cells, powdery brown blotches of 30-year-old blood. And outside, a fishnet of barbed wire, there to prevent prisoners jumping to commit suicide. After months of interrogation, the prisoners were sent to the killing fields of Cheong Ek. Here, all met a violent death. I asked Ponlu if he was still affected by this place.
At the beginning that I came here, I was very emotional. It means I was very sad because it comes deeply into my personal story. So like I lose my father and I lose my brothers and my uncles and my aunts in the killing time, so it comes deeply into my personal story.
There's a feeling felt by many, such history is best forgotten. But despite that, in Phnom Penh last year, a UN-backed tribunal began the first trial of any regime leader. The commander of S-21, Duik, has been the first to stand trial. Their verdict is expected to be delivered next month.
It's a lot more tangible than you can imagine. Actually, walking through the museum. Walking through the museum is such a powerful experience. It's like a thousand eyes and souls are just staring out at you from the photographs. The emotion in those eyes actually say a lot because that was pretty much their last second on earth. It says a lot about how tortured and tormented these people would have actually been. It's something unimaginable. It's something absolutely unimaginable. None of us living in the West or in other countries in the world would ever imagine what this could possibly be like. It is horrific, yeah.
Visiting Cambodia's violent and vindictive past so early in my journey has been hard. But I think it's been good too, for it gives the rest of my trip a context. And already I'm seeing plenty.